Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Bottom Line. I'm your host, Lauren Khalil. Today we have Chase Ingram and CrossFit Games athlete Tim Paulson here to discuss ways on increasing open participation. Now, Chase, he is a 10-year affiliate owner as well as the South Center affiliate rep for CrossFit HQ. And Tim is the co-owner of CrossFit Palace in good old Ithaca, New York.
Just down the road.
How's it? Just down the road, about an hour drive from me. And I know you guys go big during the open.
We do. It's a lot of fun. This will be, I think I was doing the math, I think our 12th open because there was 2 1 year. We did our first open.
Oh, yeah.
11.
How could we forget about that?
Talk about participation at open. Yes, it's always been a big part of kind of what we do. Friday Night Lights is a huge thing. Our community loves it. So that's kind of been a staple for us, from day one when our gym was like 1,200 square feet and we had to run heats for the better part of like 36 hours just to get people through a workout. So it's been a long time now, but yeah, we love the open and we love Friday Night Lights especially.
Chase, what is the affiliate that you're at doing for the open? Do you guys have Friday Night Lights? What's the energy and vibe like for you guys?
We'll do that. We'll do a Friday Night Lights deal. It's, hey, Friday afternoon. We're going to not have any afternoon classes. We'll make heats, judges, spice it up a little bit, tape off the competition floors just like they have it on the drawings, and just give people a more atmosphere to have some fun in, right? We make them feel like the elite athletes out on the competition floor that you see at semifinals of the CrossFit Games. And the other thing that we do is like an intramural style. So we make teams, and every year it's a little bit different. It's been teams of 4. It's been the evening crew versus the morning crew, or certain class times have enough people participating that, hey, it's the 8:30 moms versus the 5 a.m. like rooster crew. So we try to mix it up every year and just make it fun for other people other than just doing the workouts themselves.
So over the years, as two people who have been very integrated in the affiliate life and part of the open, Tim, I'll let you go first. What is one thing that you thought would really increase open participation, but actually didn't do as well as you thought?
Ooh, on a personal level at my gym, or are you talking like worldwide open participation?
Both.
Oh, so I guess on a gym level, I think trying to sell people on the open specifically doesn't really work as well as I had thought. Like, as far as like, pay your $20 because it's a great benchmark and it's something that, it's a repeatable metric that you can look at your percentile, your XYZ. That motivates some people, but not everybody. Like, we have a lot of members that are just lifestyle fitness folks. So what we've kind of found is like, we sell people on the experience, like we sell people on like, hey, Friday Night Lights is awesome. It's something you don't want to miss out on. And of course you can do it without signing up for the open, but you might as well sign up for the open because you're going to come in and you're going to, participate. So I guess that's what we always kind of sold people on is like, hey, you want to come and experience this vibe because it's something like it's something really special. Everyone looks forward to it. If you've never done it before, you should definitely come try it. And, we'll get a lot of folks that sign up last minute because they come to the first Friday Night Lights and they're like, wow, that was awesome. And they're just, kind of deer in the headlights, excited for the experience. They're like, yeah, open. And then they sign up. So I think for us, it's been not necessarily trying to push the open itself, but push like, hey, this is what you're going to get with us during the open. And that's going to that push the needle forward a lot more, I think. On a worldwide scale, I will have to think while Chase answers.
Copy Chase's homework.
That sounds good to me too.
Okay, Chase, you're up.
So, when you get a group of people that are lifestyle fitness, which is most people in the affiliate, and that's how we always present CrossFit to begin with. It's like, this is a lifestyle fitness program. It's a strength and conditioning program at its heart and core. That's what it was designed to be, and that's what it really is. But the way that it fits everyone's lifestyle, because of the ways you can scale, you can modify, you can come 3 days a week, you can come 6 days a week. It fits, right? It's tailor-made for everybody at their own level. And, we say this all the time. It's like, we'll meet you where you're at. And that's what the open does too. The open is a unique experience that I tell people is that it doesn't give them a way out sometimes. And it's okay to do that. I liken it to, you go to the lake with your buddies and we're like, hey, let's all go cliff jumping. Right? And you get up there and you're in the line. And once you're on the edge, you're like, okay, there's no other way other than to walk back the way I came or jump off it with all my other friends. And I think that experience, some people have never put themselves in that position. And I think for those people, to encourage them that this is a cool, unique, scary, challenging experience that they've never encountered is a really cool sell once they experience for the first time. And it's just promoting that, like, this is something you've never done before. And most people don't have a huge athletic background that attend your affiliate. And to get those people to sign up for the Open is cool because you trick them. I don't want to say trick is in a negative, but it's like, hey, you are going to be an athlete for 3 weeks. You never
Yeah.
played sports. You were never on a team. And this is the scariest thing you could possibly imagine, right? This is the nightmare that you had as a child where you're like in your underwear during a speech in the auditorium, right? Well, we're going to dive headfirst into this and show you that at the end of 3 weeks, I said this the other night on just like selling the Open. I have never once in my 13 years of doing the CrossFit Open regretted the decision to sign up. Never.
Mm.
For the same reason, I have never regretted waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the 5 o'clock class. And on my way home with a cup of coffee in my hands to see my wife and kids, I have never regretted the workout that I just did. I didn't want to do it when I first got there. And rarely do I really want to put myself in those positions in the Open, because for me, the Open hurts. The Open is hard. It's scary in a
Yeah.
different way. But I have never once regretted that decision. And every year I come up to the Open and I get to add one more year in a row to that badge of honor. For me, I want people to experience that same thing. They just don't know or are too afraid to take that step forward. So I like encouraging them to do that.
Mm. So when we're looking at this landscape and we're trying to encourage more people to join the Open, and the three of us here, and I'm sure many people that are watching, they know why to sign up for the Open and they understand because they've done it. But for whether it's people in your affiliates or if we're talking about CrossFit as a whole, trying to get that increase in Open participation, what are we missing? Why? What is the struggle with everybody? How do we bridge that gap?
I mean, I think honestly, CrossFit is starting to do what was missing, which is doing more media highlighting those people. Like the more people see people like them doing these scary things, the more they'll be like, oh, it seems more approachable. Like when you see a CrossFit Games athlete do the Open, it's like, it further pushes the needle forward of like, oh, it's elite, it's a competition, it's this. Whereas when you show people like, hey, yeah, this is the starting point for the season for, some people, but for most people, this is just a really fun time of year to celebrate what you've done the last 11 months and 1 week since the last Open, and I think doing a better job of that is going to help just kind of present the Open for what it truly is, which is, again, a participation event for the match. It's a celebration of all the hard work that you put in throughout the course of the year. And it's an opportunity to push yourself and try and do a movement you've never done before. Like kind of Chase was saying, like, you don't have a way out. Sometimes it's like, hey, there's RX, there's Scaled, there's Foundations, pick one.
Mm.
And as a coach, it's your job to be like, hey, I don't think you should do Scaled. Like, this is the Open. I think you can safely RX this workout or attempt to, and I'm going to encourage you to do that. Obviously within the realms of safety and good movement, all those things. But it's like, it's a great opportunity to have people like, hey, you've been scaling your toes to bar for the last 8 weeks in class.
Yeah.
Like, I can see I can see the wheels turning. Like, there's
Yeah.
toe to bar in this workout. I want you to go for it. Like, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to coach you through it. Like, we're going to figure it out. And those moments are what makes Friday Night Lights for us and the Open as a whole so cool, is like someone gets their first X.
Mm-hmm.
They lose their minds, because again, it's like, it was that little impetus to be like, hey, for today, I want you to go outside your comfort zone, and I'm going to be here with you, and we're going to do it together, and it's going to be awesome. And I think that's what the Open is all about. And the more that CrossFit can highlight that, share stories about that, videos, whatever you can think of, that's what drives Open participation, if you ask me.
Mm.
This episode is brought to you by UCAN. Who can? You can. At least I can with UCAN with one of their easy squeeze pouches that give me the energy I need to get through my workout without causing a crash. When I work out early in the morning but don't want to on an empty stomach because we know mid-wad I'm going to be hangry, I grab one of their super easy on the stomach bars. Chocolate almond butter? Yes please. I may not be a games athlete yet, but UCAN helps me stay focused and energized during my workouts. It delivers steady release carbs for long-lasting energy without spiking blood sugar levels, the key to sustaining peak performance and focus and recording videos like these. Trusted by top CrossFit pros like Scott Panchik and Emily Rolfe, get your hands on these goodies and even save 20% on your first order with our code CHALKUP. Link in the description. Now, back to the episode.
I can't tell you guys how many people I've had come into my affiliates, and Chase, I'm sure you can relate with this, but people will be like, I saw Tim Poulsen in the CrossFit Games. I'm not as fit as Tim Poulsen. I can't do
I can't
CrossFit.
do that.
I was like, well, guess what? Have you watched the Super Bowl? I mean, I can't do that, but I'll go play a pickup like
Mhm.
game attack football. How do
What
you
I-
find ways to relate people to that?
What I like what Tim said is he said safe a few times. And I love that because I think your job as a coach inside an affiliate is to give people a safe place to fail, to celebrate the effort of failure. Because so many times people are terrified to do something new or do something they know that they're not going to be able to do through a lifetime of failure being like the end result. And that's defining who they are as a person or a friend or an athlete. And that is not the case. We want you to keep trying this one thing. And the more you fail, the closer you're going to get. And we will celebrate that failure with you. So creating an environment that allows people the space to fail in order to succeed, I think is a huge thing that some coaches may not understand that that's what they need to push their athletes to do, because their athletes think it's like, well, if I can't do this, then it was a waste of my time, or I embarrassed myself because I was unable. I was like, if we spend the next 15 minutes to get your very first toes to bar, that is the biggest win I could think of for anybody in this gym, including, Tim going to semifinals in the CrossFit Games, because you accomplished something you probably thought when you first started in this gym that was impossible. And not to be hyperbolic, but it's like, today you did the impossible that was for you, to the equivalent of like flying, right? You did that, right? We know Tim is a stud. We know he can make semifinals. He made the CrossFit Games. We're not taking that away, but those things are what really is what the Open is all about. It's the start of the CrossFit Games, that it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the community.
Do you guys, because both of your gyms do Friday night lights, correct? I think you both
Yeah.
said that. Do you think that it's important for the coaches at the affiliate to participate in that too? Do you think that that encourages buy-in?
Yeah. I mean, I can go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole, because so I'll exclude myself for a quick second. Almost our entire coaching staff does the workout either at Friday Night Lights or in one of our Friday classes. Like, we still have morning and midday classes, and almost everybody does it. And as many coaches as they can, they come in, they do the workout in one of the earlier heats, and then they hang out, help judge, help coach, and they spend the rest of the night there. And that's how we've always done it. For me personally, I've actually only done Friday Night Lights at our affiliate once, or 1 year rather. And honestly, it was partially because I didn't want because there was so much on the line for the Open for so many years. For a long time,
Very
the
different for you.
like Open was a potential qualifier for the game, directly. So there was a lot more stress, video, like not knocking over the camera, like XYZ. There was 100 reasons and just maximum performance that I didn't do it with my affiliate for a number of years in kind of that weird CrossFit where we were figuring out where we were going. But, I wish I could do it more, but I also like not doing it, because then it's like, when I'm not worried about working out, I can just be there and enjoy, I can enjoy the community, celebrate them to like the nth degree, because there's no worry about me. Like, I'm not worried about my fitness or my performance. It's Friday Night Lights is about them. And I've always wanted it, like for me anyway, to remain that way. It's like, this is a celebration of you guys. If you want me to do this workout, you can totally watch me do this workout. But like, I'm here for you right now. Like, I want to help you get your first thing. I don't really feel the need to do this workout in here. But there's obviously a balancing act, because a lot of the community does love to see, see suffer and die and, do these things. So there's a balancing act, but that's the reason I've kind of only done it a handful of times over the years. But the rest of the coaching team is very much like hard yes.
Chase, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I love putting my coaches out there, and it's great. And what's even better is that the members love it even more, because what they end up doing is barking at you the same way that you push them in the class. And I put my hands on their knees, and I hear in the background, it's like, it's a 4-minute workout. You don't need water for this. And I was like, God damn it. That's what I say to this guy every time. Now
he's taking mental notes every time.
It's a fun thing, right? It's putting yourself in the ring and letting your members cheer you on and celebrate you, because really, as coaches, we put ourselves in a position always trying to support our athletes. Always. That's our number one goal. Teach, support, make sure they have fun. And sometimes, I would say most of the times as athletes, they actually enjoy being in the opposite position to do the same. It's almost their opportunity to cheer for you, and you get that cool loop of support from coach to athlete, athlete to coach. And I think that is something that's really special. And so when we talk about increasing open participation, I just feel like coaches need to do a better job of really showing the importance of the open for that loop, for that community. Because you can tell me, it's like, hey, it's your annual fitness check-in. It's what I describe it as. But some people don't care about that. They don't care where they fall on the leaderboard. They don't really need their name. Sometimes they don't want their name on there because they're nervous about that. But it's not about that. It's about those internal fun stories, struggles, be able to jaw with your coach because he's on the other team. And so you're just like, you and your boys are just talking smack the whole time, or you're making bets with the girls versus the guys, or these, mixed pairs. Like, that's the open, right? It's the backyard barbecue, have a beer in your hand and celebrate your buddies to see who can do this trick shot off the backboard. Instead, it's an open workout, and it's only 3 of them. I think that's the cool part of the open. It has nothing to do with the leaderboard. It has nothing to do with where you rank in a worldwide system. That's cool. That's fun for some people. But to put your name in the hat and do this together, that's what it's all about. And I think the coaches and the owners need to do a better job of promoting the fun and excitement in that internal community portion than just participating on a leaderboard itself.
Tim, what is your bottom line?
Oh man, I completely agree with Chase. You kind of hit the nail on the head there.
It was poetry.
I mean, bottom line is, you sell the atmosphere, you sell the environment, you sell the experience, because if people come in and they experience the open, tell them, like, you don't have to pay your $20 until Monday night. Just come to Friday Night Lights. Come in, experience it, have fun. The $20 is going to seem like an afterthought after you see really like what this is all about and what an impact this can have. And I think the more that as affiliate owners, coaches, as CrossFit HQ, that we can sell that piece of the open, the better the open is going to be in the long run.
Chase, I think you already told us, but what is your official bottom line?
My official bottom line is take that community loop from coach to the athlete, and the same thing from affiliate to HQ. It's got to go both ways. The one thing that HQ wants to do for the affiliates and all the athletes in the open should be reciprocated from the affiliates and the athletes themselves. And that internal feedback loop of community is really what the open is supposed to be. It's not just HQ doing things for us. It's about us also doing things for each HQ, knowing we're all in this system together. And I think the open is the perfect time to sync up that entire system together.
I can't wait. Tim and Chase, thank you so much, and good luck in the open.
Thanks.